Hello students, welcome back. So in the last lecture we discussed the basics related to bolted connections, that what are the types of joints that we will be discussing. There were two basic types of joints. The first one was lap joint and the second one was butt joint. We discussed a numerical regarding lap joint in the last lecture. Today we will be discussing two more numericals, but today we will be discussing the other section, that is angle section. In the last lecture we discussed plate section or two overlapping plates. They were called ISF section as per our Indian standard terms. ISF stands for Indian Standard Flats. It is a technical term prescribed by the authority that prescribes our course, that is BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay? And today we will be seeing angle sections, and angle section is represented technically as ISA, that stands for Indian Standard Angle. So moving on to the sum, the first sum here is, so the question here is, a member of steel roof truss consists of two ISA, that is Indian Standard Angle, 75 cross 75 cross 6 mm. This is a equal angle as the dimensions are given similar. It is placed back to back on either side of a 8 mm thick gusset plate. Now keep in mind this GP, that is gusset plate, we will be discussing furthermore in the next chapters in next semesters too regarding gusset plates. The member carries an ultimate tensile load. As it is given as ultimate tensile load, there is no need to multiply it by 1.5, and the load here is 150 kN. The question is, determine the number of M16 ordinary bolts. The diameter of bolt is given here as M16, that is 16 mm dia, and the bolts are prescribed as ordinary bolts. That means 4.6 grade bolts, as we discussed in the last lecture, to be used for this joint. We have been asked to take Fe 410 grade plates. That means the steel grade of plate is Fe equal to 410. So basically what we will be doing in this sum, we will be looking forward. So two ISA are connected back to back on either side of a GP. So bolts will be in double shear. Now how it will be double shear, for that we will be looking at this figure. So this is the first angle section. It is connected to a second angle section that is connected on either side, that means on back to back sides, as you can see in the figure. If it was given face to face, then the angles would be reverse order. Clear? And in this between, or in between these both angles, there is a gusset plate. This is a gusset plate, as you can see here, and gusset plate is just a packing material used to connect these two main steel. For example, if you use the steel components in your daily life, or if you use bolts in your daily life, to get a proper strength, we use visor to connect the nut and bolt to get proper amount of strength. So for structural steel, if we are using angle sections, then we are using gusset plate. Gusset plate is just a visor, but is not in the form of rubber, it is in the form of steel sections. Clear? So this is a gusset plate, and now the dimensions here are the connected leg. Here we are talking about two legs. The connected leg, that is the vertical leg, you can see here, is the connected leg with GP, that is our gusset plate, and the outstand leg, that is in the bottom, as you can see here, is called outstand leg. So technically they are called connecting leg and outstand leg. Clear? And connecting leg, as you can see, it is of 75 mm, and outstand leg is also of 75 mm. Why so? Because in the question it is given as a equal angle. As you can see, it is mentioned in question as ISA 75 cross 75 cross 6. So the first dimension will always be for longer leg. The second dimension will always be for shorter leg, that is our outstand leg. And the third dimension, you can see, is for our thickness. Clear? So the thickness on both the legs are given as 6 mm. Now the thickness of gusset plate is given in the question as 8 mm, as you can see here. Clear? So now how to identify the shear, or how to identify the number of shear planes? For that we will be assuming the load that is given in the question. The load is given in the opposite direction as 150 kN. As you can see, why opposite? Because it is mentioned as tensile load. So if we stretch this load, or if we apply an tension pull, what will happen to the surface plane? As you can see here, two surface planes or shear planes will be generated on either side of the angle sections. So as two shear planes are generated regarding the bolts or connecting the bolts, the number of shear in this case will be 2. Clear? So So the bolts will be in double shear, and when the bolts are in double shear, now as you can see in the figure here, that bolts bear two types of thickness here. The first thickness is the gusset plate thickness, that is 8 mm, which is in the center portion, and on the either side there are two plates of 6 mm thickness. So as the two angles will be connecting towards the bolts, that is connecting together with the bolts, we will consider it to be a single unit. Clear? So the total thickness of angle in this case will be taken as 2 into 6, not 6 individually. So now the thickness of angle will be here 12 mm and the thickness of gusset plate will be 8 mm. So regarding the governing criteria, we will always be taking the smaller thickness here. Whenever you will be solving the sums regarding angle sections, the angles or the dimensions of angles will be taken as a single unit, and the dimensions of gusset plate will be taken as the other single unit. So here as two angles are given in the question, then we will be combining both these angles, that is dimension of both these angles. So the total thickness will be 12 mm and the thickness of our gusset plate will be 8 mm. Clear? So the final thickness will be considering for solving our sum will be 8 mm. So now we will be starting with our sum and finding the capacities. So which all capacities we need to find? The answer will be the same. That is the shear capacity of bolt. Now how to identify these equations? We will pause this video and move on to page number 75 of your IAS code. Clear? So moving on to page 75 of your IAS code, here you can see equation that VDSB is mentioned. VDSB is our design shear capacity. Clear? VDSB will be our design shear capacity, and the equation for it will be VNSB upon gamma MB. VNSB is our nominal shear capacity. VNSB, the equation is Fu by root 3 NN ANB plus NS ASB. As we have discussed in the last lecture, that NN is the number of shear plates in the threaded region and NS is the number of shear plates in the shank region. And if we are getting double shear here, we have discussed earlier that in the last lecture we have discussed that the number of shear planes in the threaded zone was 1 regarding our lapping joints, and here we are getting 2 shear planes, that is bolts were in double shear as we saw in the last figure. So but keep in mind that NS value, that is number of shear planes in shank, only will be getting when a double cover butt joint is asked in question. If a double cover butt joint is not asked in question, then every time we will be keeping the NN value to be 1 or 2. Clear? So here NN will be equal to 2, and A and B, as we have discussed earlier, the equation for it will be 0.78 into pi by 4 d square. So moving the terms in our equation, we get VNSB equal to 72.52 kilonewton. So this is the value of VNSB. Now we will be looking to find the value of VDSB. For VDSB, as you can see here, is VNSB upon gamma MB. Clear? So VNSB, as we have solved it earlier, it is 72.52, but it was in kilonewton. So converting it into Newton, it comes out to be into 10 raised to 3 and divided by partial safety factor, that is 1.25. So answer will be getting in Newton and converting it again to kilonewton. If you don't need to do 10 raised to 3, it will be okay, not an issue. So the VDSB here we are getting as 58 kilonewton. Clear? So next thing we will be finding the bearing capacity of bolt, and to find the bearing capacity of bolt, we will solve this equation in your class, that is page number 75, class number 10.3.4. We will be solving the equation for VDPB, and the equation for VDPB is VNPB upon gamma MB. Gamma MB again is the factor of safety, which will be taking as 1.25. Clear? So for that we will be solving VNPB, and the equation for VNPB is 2.5 kb VTFU. So the first thing here we will be calculating is kb, and for finding kb we will be substituting 4 values, or we will be equating 4 values. The first is E upon 3 D0. Now what is D0? D0 is the hole diameter. Clear? In the question it is mentioned that M16 bolts are used. So as per our last lecture we have discussed that for M16 bolts we will be using 2 mm as our clearance. So the hole diameter will be 18 mm. So D0 in this case will be 18 mm, and E and P. E was the edge distance or end distance, and P was our pitch. Yeah? So here end distance, as we have discussed again in the last lecture, the equation for it will be 1.7 D0. Okay? And for P it will be 2.5 D. So solving it, we get the first answer E upon 3d0 equal to 0.25. And the second answer, that is P upon 3d0 minus 0.25, will be getting as 0.49. The third case will be FUB upon FU. Now as we are dealing with two ultimate stresses, that is FUB, that is corresponding to bolt, and FU, that is corresponding to our plate. Solving that, we get an answer 0.9. And the fourth case is 1. So as we can see here in the code, it is mentioned that KB is the smaller of these four values. Out of these four values, the smaller value is KB equal to 0.49. So this is our final answer for KB. Now we will be moving forward to find VNPB. So the equation for VNPB is 2.5 KB dt FU. Substituting everything here, keep in mind the thickness is to be taken as 8 mm as we discussed in the figure, not 12 mm or 6 mm. Clear? So we will be getting an answer 62.72 kilonewton. Now calculating VDPB by this equation, VDPB will be equal to VNPB upon gamma MB. So we will be getting an answer 50.18. So concluding everything, the first case that we found was VNDSB, and VDSB was 58 kilonewton. The second thing we found was VDPB, which comes out to be 50.18. So our bolt value will be 50.18. Why so? Because we are keeping, or we are placing bolt value every time the smaller of these two cases. Clear? So now we will be needing to find the number of bolts, and number of bolts, the equation will always be total load divided by bolt value. Total load is given in equation as 150, and bolt value we have calculated is to be 50.18. So our total bolts comes out to be 2.98. Rounding it up to the higher value, we will be placing 3 numbers of bolts. So coming on to the final figure, this is the sectional view or the cross-sectional view that we will deal, and it will be connected to a gusset plate. Clear? So this is a gusset plate. We will always be representing it via form of a wedge. Clear? As you have discussed in the, as we have seen in the friction chapter in your mechanics of solids, it is a wedge type of structures. We will be representing our GP always in the form of wedge, and in this longer dimension, yes, you can see here, is the dimension of the longer leg or the connected leg, that is 75 mm. So now the number of bolts that comes out to be are 3. So placing here, now we will be finalizing the distances that we get. So E, as you can see, is the end distances here. E comes out to be 30 mm, and P, that is the center to center distance, comes out to be 40 mm. So this is the final figure that you need to plot in your examination. It carries 1 mark. Yeah? So don't forget it. And moving on to the next sum, the question here is an ISA 100 cross 65 cross 8 mm is carrying a design axial load of 125 kilonewton. As again it is given as design load, no need to multiply it by 1.5. We will be keeping load the value directly as 125. With longer leg connected to GP. Keep in mind here the dimensions of angle are given as unequal. As you can see here, the first dimension is 100 mm, the second dimension is 65 mm. So the longer dimension, the longer leg, that will be the vertical leg, will always be the longer leg. So longer leg here is 100 mm, and the shorter leg, that is our outstand leg, will be 65 mm, and the thickness will be 8 mm. Clear? It is connected to a 10 mm thick GP, and we need to design this joint using M20 ordinary bolts. Again, the diameter of bolts are given as 20 mm, so the whole diameter will be 22 mm. Clear? Now moving on to the figure, as you can see here, we are dealing with only one section or one angle section. In the previous example we saw, in the question it was given as 2 ISA, and here it is given as only ISA, that is only one section is there having the dimensions. The longer leg is 100 mm and the shorter leg is 65 mm. It is connected to a GP, and the thickness of our main plate is 8 mm and the thickness of our gusset plate is 10 mm. So this is the figure that we will be dealing with. And now here, as you can see, the load is applied in tension, that is 125 kilonewton. So if you stretch or if you pull this figure, the number of shear planes you will be getting will be 1. Clear? In the last sum we saw that 2 angles were connected, so pulling it or applying a tension force to it, we were getting 2 numbers of shear planes, and here we will be getting only 1 shear plane. So Nn will be equal to 1. Moving on to the further. So as you can see here, bolt will be connected to the 10 mm thick GP and to the 8 mm thick our longer leg. So out of these two, the smaller value is 8 mm. So our thickness of plate that we will be considering as the governing criteria or the design criteria will be 8 mm. So moving on to the sum, the first thing we will be looking is the hole diameter. As it is given in the question, as the diameter of bolt is given as 20 mm, so the hole diameter will be 22 mm. Why so? For that we will be referring page number 73 of your IS code. So moving on to the page number 73, here you can see that table 19 is mentioned, and for 20, that is the second row, you can see here the diameters are given as 16 to 20 mm, second row, second column. Clear? And from the third column you can see the clearance value. So for M20 bolts the clearance value is 2 mm. Clear? So the whole diameter will be 22 mm. Now we will be starting our sum, and the first thing we will be calculating is the shear capacity of bolt. So for that you will be referring again the same clauses that we discussed earlier. So we'll be calculating first VNSB, and for that equation is Fu by root 3 NNANB plus NS ASB. Here as you can see that the bolts are in single shear, so NN will be equal to 1. A and B, again it will be 0.78 into pi by 4 d square, and the answer that comes out is 56.85 Newton. Clear? Now we will be calculating the design bearing capacity or the design shear capacity in this case, that is VDSB. So VDSB will be the same value divided by a factor of safety. A factor of safety is 1.25, so the value comes out to be 45.26 kilonewton. So this was our shear capacity. Moving on to the bearing capacity. For that we will be referring again the page 75. So bearing capacity, the equation is 2.5 kbdTFU, and for that we will be requiring to find kb, and kb again will be smaller of these four cases, E upon 3d0, that answer comes out to be 0.56, and P upon 3d0 minus 0.25, that answer comes out to be 0.507, and FUB by FU, that answer comes out to be 0.975 or 0.9 you can say, and the last value is 1. Again keep in mind, E is the edge distance, will be equal to 1.7 d0, and P is the pitch, that will be equal to 2.5 d. So the smaller of this value is 0.507. So kb here will be 0.507. Clear? So moving on to the bearing capacity equation, that is V NPB equal to 2.5 kbdTFU. Substituting the values here, we get the answer to be 81.12 kilonewton. Now we need to find the design capacity. So the design capacity or the design bearing capacity will be this value divided by our gamma MB, that is our factor of safety. So the value comes out to be 64.89 kilonewton. So again concluding everything, the first value that we obtained was the shear capacity or the design shear capacity, which was 45.26. The second value that we obtained was design bearing capacity, there was 64.89. So out of these two, the smaller value will be 45.26. So this will be our bolt value VDB. Clear? So for after this we will be calculating the number of bolts, and the equation for number of bolts is total load divided by bolt value. Total load, as you can see in the question, it is 125 kilonewton divided by bolt value. The answer comes out to be 2.76. So again we will be placing three numbers of bolts in this case. So now referring to our final figure, so this will be our angle section, that is ISA, that is mentioned, having the length 100 mm, or you can say connected leg 100 mm, which is connected to a GP, as you can see in the figure, and the number of holes or the number of bolts that you will be digging is 3. Clear? And so the final cases will be the dimensions. So the end or edge distance will be 37 in this case. You can round it off to 35, there is no issue in this case. And the pitch, that is center to center distance, will be 50 mm. Clear? So this was our second sum. The basic difference in both the sums were the amount of shear planes. In first sum, the shear plane was, we are getting shear plane equal to 2, that is 2 shear planes or double shear, and in the second sum we were getting only 1 shear plane. So this will be our today's exercise problem, as we have started with the angle sections. Solve it for your benefit, and next we will be seeing further more sums and further more methods in the next lecture. Thank you.